Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Star Wars The Old Republic related video. And in today's episode, we're pretty much going to be taking a tour of our Alderaan Stronghold. So the Alderaan Stronghold came out, I believe, this past month in February. It was originally scheduled for a certain release date, but then got pushed back by, I think, about 3 days or so. And, well, anyway, Alderaan has finally released onto the live servers, and the total amount to purchase the entire stronghold and fully unlock it, I believe somebody else posted it on Reddit or the forums, I don't remember which, but I think the total amount was about 17.4 or 17.9 million credits just to fully unlock the entire stronghold. By far, it is honestly one of the best looking and beautiful and breathtaking strongholds in the entire game. This is honestly the largest stronghold compared to Rishi. Rishi might be a little bit longer, more expanded, if that makes any sense. But Alderaan is by far, I would have to say, the second largest stronghold in the entire game. Now, of course, you get 9 additional rooms to unlock in this stronghold. One of the rooms, however, is actually a hidden cave, which we'll be taking a look at here in just a few minutes. But along with this stronghold also comes some very hidden achievements, and I will show you that right now. So, of course, once you get the stronghold itself, you will automatically have the achievement unlocked for... Where is it? It's one of these. Oh, I just went through it. You get the achievement for the Alderaan Profiteer achievement. Correct me if I'm wrong on that pronunciation for that. But anyway, basically you just locate the Stronghold Terminal on the fleet or on Alderaan, purchase it, and you get the achievement along with 10 additional Noble Throne facade. And what that is pretty much just this. On the PTS, the public test server, when we got to test out the Alderaan Stronghold in the first place, this was actually in the throne room that you can unlock. However, they took that away so you can have the entire throne room to do whatever you want with it. Of course, you can place this back onto the throne room. That's why they gave you 10 additional decorations for that. And of course, 50,000 credits to donate for the guild. Along with the Alderaan Stronghold, you also have 3, I believe? 3 or 2? I think it's 2. Yeah, so it's additional 2 achievements. The Thranta also rises, investigated the curious circumstances surrounding the sudden vacancy of the noble estate. Now, you also get a legacy title as the Inheritor, character title for that. There are 2 different objectives, if you will, in order to obtain this achievement. However, it's actually very tricky to obtain it. The last achievement is a Killik Home of My Own. Collect Killik mound materials from the rural Killik hive woods so you can build your own mounds. The item reward you get is a Killik mound reward chest, which contains quite a few Killik mound decorations. Now, the way you can actually obtain this achievement is much more easier, much more simpler, where you have to go to the actual planet of Alderaan. You locate the Rural Killik hive woods, which is in the King's Pass area, and it's basically just little tiny, sort of like hive mounds that you can click on, and I believe you have to click on, I forgot how many now. I think it's like 10 or 20, somewhere around there. But anyway. So I will definitely go ahead and try and show you guys this little achievement as we go through the stronghold. But anyway, without further ado, as you can tell, 9 additional rooms you can unlock for the entire stronghold. We're going to go ahead and start the tour off. Now, there are a vast amount of hooks styles that you can decorate throughout this entire stronghold. Of course, you have 4 major starship hooks that are right here in the open area. I honestly just went with two of my, not really favorite, but two of the starships that honestly looked good here. I don't have my Sith Warrior starship, unfortunately, otherwise I would be there. But I just went with the Bounty Hunter and the Imperial Agent. I tried doing some more decorating on these two hook styles, but nothing really seemed to really fit in with the landscape. Moving on, if you go up this little hill over here, this is where you unlock the hidden cave, the hidden Killik Cave. And I believe you can also decorate up here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you can. I haven't really done so yet. But anyway, you can come up here, and there used to be a small little terminal that you would click on. You'd purchase a certain amount. You would pay a certain amount, and the little cliff over here would explode with TNT, and it would reveal the hidden entrance to the Killik Cave. Now the path along the Killik Cave is actually quite beautiful. Honestly, the Killik Cave is one of the best features for the Stronghold just because of how gorgeous it looks. Now, one thing many people might not even know is that this little structure here you can actually click on to summon your own Killik army. Now, you can either dispense them as lightly or heavily as possible. I like to do heavily as possible just because it's more company in the Stronghold itself. And as you can see, you'll have your own little Killik army that's just doing what they do best. Now with this Killik Cave, I really didn't have much to decorate with, so I just placed a couple of my creature mounts that I thought would be appropriate for this whole area. I got a little campsite over here. I just realized, is he in them? Okay, good. He's not. I thought he was stuck in there for a second. But yeah, so I also got my gorgeous little big baby over here, Dread Enhance. And unfortunately, this whole area is actually undecoratable, which is kind of weird, but this whole area actually confuses me just a little bit. You're blocked off right here, but there's also additional space that you can go through. I'm not sure why they don't allow you to go back there, but I guess it's just for the hell of it. I don't know, decoration-wise. Now for the hidden achievement, there is, if you look down closely right here, there is a small little micro binocular that actually has a message. The Killiks obviously took these macro binocular lenses from someone, but why are there exfil tag marking protocols integrated into them? Now you can click this and you can actually scan, I believe, 4 or 5 items. The first item is this entire Killik Cave you have to go outside of. And I'll show you where most of the scans are if I remember correctly. But anyway, so for now, that's the Killik Cave. I still might do some more decorating here and there, but I'm not entirely sure yet because I don't have much decorations to really work with. So the first scan that you would use once you pick up that macro binocular is actually the Killik Cave right here. And you'll scan this, and it'll give you just a little message that pops up. The next scan is going to be, believe it or not, the Alderaan Noble Estate. So you would come about here, scan the Alderaan Palace. So that would be the second. That'd be a second structure to scan. I believe there's one other inside the actual Alderaan Stronghold. I think it's the front entrance door. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but I think it's the front entrance door that you can scan, and that counts as one of them. But you come over here across the field, and you can actually scan the waterfall. Now the waterfall is actually quite interesting and very, very, very exciting for me. The waterfall just might seem like something ordinary, but you can scan it, and it basically says that it would not be a good idea to camp over here. Well, if you go closer, and unfortunately I can't really show you because I've already got the achievement, but but there would actually be a couple of dead bodies right here. I believe there would be a dead skeleton right here you could click on, and then you scan a little bit more. You don't really scan, that's what I did, but that's how I managed to see this. You would click the skeleton body, that would count towards the achievement, but also, if you look real closely, there's actually a very well-hidden cave inside the waterfall. Now you go inside the waterfall, and it's just a small, tiny little cave entrance that you can decorate with. You're only limited to a couple of decoration hooks in here, so I managed to just go ahead and do like my own little hidden treasury right here. Absolutely fucking love it. I got the most valued treasures that I could possibly collect, so I'm super happy with all this. And also, right where that little bomb thing, terminal, whatever you want to call it, right where this is actually, or was, another dead body you could click on, and I believe it also had a note as well, but once you click on that body it would disappear, and then you'd have to go out and search for more of the hidden achievements. The hidden items for the achievement anyway. So before we go into the Alderaan Stronghold, there's one thing that I do want to mention. There's actually a hidden little area that you can access. Now you can access it either going up these cliffs up over here, or the way that I find most effective is by just basically jumping up these little rocks right here. And if you go up here, there's a small little abandoned campsite that you can actually access. And for once, it is actually not out of bounds. So you come up here, you have this whole little landscape. Unfortunately, you cannot decorate up here, which is really sad. But you have this whole little, not little, but whole big fucking landscape. And you got a small abandoned little campsite right here. Now apparently for the achievement, there is actually supposed to be a data pad that spawns right here. Unfortunately, it's never spawned for me, but supposedly there's a message right next to a backpack that tells you more about the disappearance, I think, for the stronghold. Not entirely sure. But that's just one of the little hidden little areas that you can access. It's quite a shame they don't allow you to decorate over there. That'd be a really nice place to hide like treasure or a campsite and whatnot. Moving on to the front entrance of the stronghold, I didn't really have much to decorate with, as I mentioned earlier. So I just came up with just like a little meditation area, sorta. Got a tree over there. I love the taxi areas. I really do. So I went ahead and added a turret, couple of mounts that I thought would be appropriate for taxi theme. And then for the front entrance, I managed to just go ahead and do some ancient Jedi structures here and there. Nothing really too special. Got a couple of crystals here and there. And in this little spot, I'll show you right now, you got a bunch of hooks that you can work with. So you got a bunch of large hook style floors, some centerpiece hook styles over here. Then the front entrance to the actual palace, you have, as you can tell, just a bunch to decorate with. And I honestly think I really did a good job with this. I didn't want to spam flags anywhere on the temple, so I just went ahead and did my own custom little flag pattern. So all of Alderaan houses are on here, along with the Imperial flag. And of course, because my stronghold is neutral faction, I got Republic and Imperial logos. Went ahead and just did little decorating here and there on the front entrance. Got a couple of mounts that are on each side. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course you got personnel that you can, that'll greet you basically. And then the Alliance flags. Security camera up there, a couple of turrets, more turrets. And my pureblood keeps glitching out for no reason. I don't like that. Moving on inside the actual stronghold. I've actually been crazy focused into decorating this whole area. But as you can tell, the inside of this stronghold is by far just absolutely phenomenal. It really is. This took me a couple of hours to decorate just because I couldn't figure out for the life of me what to do. So I managed to put some cantinas here and there on each side. And so these are the 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 first rooms you can unlock. On the right hand side, you have a guest room on this side. You have another guest room on the left. The middle chamber is the elevator that leads to the back side of the noble estate. And in the room to the far right, or far left corner, I'm sorry, is another guest room. And then one to the far right is the throne room. So we're going to go ahead and check out the first room, which is over here, which is honestly just standard simple, as you can tell up there with the symbol, is the whole Galactic Trade Network area. You got a jukebox here, you got the Galactic Trade Network, the Cargo Bay, Guild Bank, and Legacy Bank, along with the mailbox, Appearance Modification Station, and the Item Modification Station, as well as the 4 main vendors over here, as well as an abstract painting that looks absolutely fantastic. Of course, a little chandelier up there, nothing too big. Moving on. Of course, I did not understand, I didn't quite know, that's what I should say. I didn't quite know what to do with this whole area, so I just made it more of a cantina resort style based palace. Of course, you got a food vendor here, got a couple of chairs and whatnot, tables. So anyway, we're going to move on to the far left room, which is basically just more of a meditation room, if anything. You got a bunch of Jedi archive libraries here and there. Big old planetary hologram with Master Nostaral and another Keldor species. And of course with a couple of crystal forges. Moving on to the next room, which is just basically the elevator room. Didn't really do much here, just a couple of flags, a couple of benches here and there, some armory racks, and some personnel that'll go with you up into the elevator. Moving on to the next room is actually one of the rooms that I worked really, really hard on, which is a guest quarters / guest chamber room. Now this room offers 4 different bedrooms. As you can tell, they're all very closed in, but I did what I could. I really, really, really like it a lot. Of course, you got a couple of storage for all your personal items, if you will, and such. This room is honestly one of the rooms that I'm actually most proud of working on. I don't know why that room is still open, but okay. Moving on to the throne room. So this room was also one of them that I really had no idea what to do with. So I just basically put the artwork for Star Wars The Old Republic as well as a Darth Malgus poster here and there. A couple of some pottery that is really, really beautiful, as well as my favorite statue of Brontis. First got more security cameras. And then coming into the throne room, you're greeted by a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen, as well as a couple of mercenaries and a pureblood, along with Darth Malora. The throne room is also one of the areas I'm super proud of working on, because I couldn't really figure out what to do over here, so I just went crazy with it. Normally I would do the Throne of the Sith Emperor, but I unfortunately have one, and that one's back on Droman Kaas, so the Dreadful Throne had to do. And of course I have the Alliance galaxy map on both sides because they look super, super good. And of course your personal Sith throne room. Or Sith throne, whatever you want to call it. Super love it though. I'm super, super proud of this area a lot. And of course, the brand new taxidermy decorations you can get on Alderaan. And yes, you heard me correctly. You can officially buy taxidermy now on Alderaan from the Reputation vendor. It's quite expensive too. So moving on to the next room, you're greeted by a couple of Republic Guardsmen who will escort you to the balcony, where it is basically just a whole cantina. You can get drunk here while you watch the scenery, I guess, while you can experience all the beauty that Alderaan has to offer. So like I said, I didn't really know what else to do out here other than a spa theme, but I just went ahead and did some sort of cantina looking decorations. So those are the first main few, those are the first main chambers that you can unlock in your stronghold. And now moving on to the elevator room. Now the elevator room, as you would expect, only has one option to go to the mountain retreat. And I'm still currently working on the mountain retreat. I'm still working on it here and there. But you got a whole bunch of decorations, hook style decoration that you can choose from, which is really just ridiculous because I don't have a lot. But I just did this a couple minutes ago. Let me go ahead and turn that off. But I went ahead and just decorated this as much as I could. Tried to get it organized a little bit, so I had a couple of banners, a couple of crystal sconces, and some lighting. And of course some fruit and plants and whatnot, really. Main turret's over here, damaged turret over there. Got a mercenary protecting the whole area. And that's pretty much it. I had a bunch of plants. I have a bunch of plants that are out here. Solar panel, a couple of Jedi structures. And then we also, for the Alderaan Stronghold, you also get a free Ancient Ruin area, which is actually quite interesting. You can officially decorate more out of it as well, but I just went ahead and did like a little training area session. And these training dummies do indeed come with the Stronghold, which is actually the very first time ever in the entire game that a Stronghold has come with personal training dummies. So that's pretty much all that I've done so far with this area. Take a little look around. And also, one thing that I do want to point out, I noticed this earlier. If you walk over to this area, this is a funny little hidden feature too. If you, which also reminds me, you also have some hook styles that you can decorate out here as well. I think there was another one, wasn't there? I thought there was another one. Anyway. But there is a hidden little feature. I forgot where you have to be to see this. I think right here. If you zoom in all the way, oh shit. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. But anyway, you got to see where the other hook style was, so there's that. Me and my dumbass, anyway. But anyway, there's a small little, funny little feature out here. I guess I should really say not funny for a certain someone who probably already came out here. Where the fuck is this? I gotta go slow for this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna fall again. I don't think it was over here. I think it was on the other side. But anyway, so I noticed this earlier while trying to glitch out the Stronghold. There is a small little NPC, not really an NPC, but it's more of a prop, if you will, of an actual dead person. And if I can do this correctly, without fucking falling. Let me get off my mount first. There he is. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this good enough, but there, in the middle of the screen right here where my mouse is, there is a small, tiny little skeleton, I guess from the previous owner, who I guess either slipped or was pushed. But I noticed that earlier, I was like, hey, is that an actual skeleton body? Yep, that is indeed an actual dead person lying on the ground. And I still have yet to manage to get down there. I'm still going to try, but anyway. That's where one of the decoration hook styles are, and that's the another one. So anyway, that's just why the fuck are you here?
See ya.
That's just one of the small little features that I thought was pretty neat. And so anyway, along with this stronghold, you also get an additional side building, which is part of the mountain retreat. Here's the other taxi area. Couldn't really figure out what other taxis to do, so I just went ahead and just did a couple of random shit. So anyway, both of these doors you do have to purchase to unlock. So right now we're in the northern lodging. And I still have yet to decorate this whole place. I just mainly put some floor tiles here and there, but not really too much. But for the one area that had the most beautiful view out of the window, I managed to go ahead and just do a spa-themed room. And of course, which is actually quite interesting, if you look out here, you can actually decorate outside of the actual window. So I went ahead and just put a couple of creature mounts here and there, put a big tree there and whatnot. It's actually pretty neat though. I like it. It fits. So that is my official spa room. And then exiting the spa room, you can go around the corner to another entrance. And I believe this room is one you have to unlock as well. I'm not sure. I went ahead and just did like a whole treasury type of area over here. Something like your... basically just like your... I guess like storage room, if you will. Which is actually funny too about this, is that these statues for the taxidermies you can actually click and they interact with you. So you can click this dude and he will change position. It's the same exact thing too with the other taxidermies like the Wampa. I think there's quite a few others too that do it as well. This one I just find too hilarious. But I think there's only 3. Yeah, there's only 4 animations that you can pretty much do with those. Moving on to the last room of the stronghold. I went ahead and just did this as my personal bedroom. Still working on it, obviously. Got a little GT in here. Got a 3-bed area. Pretty much nothing really too fancy. As I mentioned though, still a whole work in progress, and it's quite fun to do. And that pretty much really does it for the entire stronghold. You have so much to really decorate with. And it's just all sorts of beautiful. It really is. There is actually a way that you can glitch out of this stronghold, which I will not mention in this video, but I will show you guys in the next video. But it does involve the ancient ruins. There is a way to actually bypass the border. Now, unfortunately, with all the strongholds, as I mentioned earlier, in some of my previous videos, I'm still going to stand by this regardless, that we basically purchase our stronghold. Our stronghold is our home. So why do they limit you to the amount of freedom, the amount of exploration that you can do? It's really fucking retarded to put invisible walls, to put exhaustion zones for that fucking matter. It really pisses me off, and I'm sure it really pisses off a lot of other people. But, you know, glitching out of these boundaries and such, to me, I do it just because of the experience, and because it would provide really excellent screenshot. But anyway, I won't get too much into that. I hope you guys enjoyed this small little video. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys have decorated your Alderaan Stronghold with. And let me know what you guys thought of my stronghold. I would really love your feedback, your opinions, what you thought about each room. And if there's something you guys want me to show you up close more in this stronghold, please do let me know in the comments below. And I'll definitely make a separate video for that as well. And until then, I will talk to you guys later.